We want to go straight now to the Neil Blaisdell Center where we find Andrew Pereira, who is with Ben Cayetano. Andrew. Well, Andrew, tell us a little bit about what the
Yunji, we're here at the Cayetano headquarters. Ben Cayetano was thanking his supporters just a moment ago. Of course, we're all anxiously awaiting that first printout with reports that some polling places around Oahu are still open. And joining me right now is former two-term Democratic Governor Ben Cayetano. Thank you for joining us, sir.
My pleasure.
Now, Governor, we heard these reports of 18 polling sites running out of paper ballots. You have always said that gearing up for the general election, it's all about turnout for you. You believe if there was a high turnout that you would be victorious tonight. Does this bode well for you, those paper ballots running out at some of those locations?
You know, it seems to be favorable to our campaign. If this is an indication that the turnout is in fact high, we feel we have a better shot of winning. We know that we need a high turnout.
Now, of course, Governor, there was an eruption of cheers here earlier today before you arrived when Barack Obama was reelected President of the United States. You're a staunch Democrat, of course. What are your thoughts on his reelection? Really historic tonight.
Well, you know, he had a pretty rough first term, and now the second term, I think, will give him another opportunity to do some of the things that he really wanted to do. I'm very pleased that he got reelected.
And, of course, the blistering campaign against you, sir, the PRP, the Pacific Resource Partnership, spending nearly $3 million against you. They tried to make the tie, portraying you as some type of Republican. And obviously, with the cheers that erupted in this room when Barack Obama was reelected is a sure sign that you're not a Republican. You're welcome that support, of course, but far from being a Republican.
Well, you know, Andrew, this is a nonpartisan race. And I have to respect all of the people who support me in this election for, you know, the different reasons. And I'm a Democrat. Everybody knows I'm a Democrat, and I'm a Democrat at heart. But this is a nonpartisan election. And we got support from Democrats, Republicans, conservatives, liberals, all kinds of people. And that's the nature of the election. And you know what? I have to respect that.
And, of course, Governor, you've been able to put together a broad-based coalition like you just mentioned. You were thanking some of your supporters, some of your Truth Squad members just a moment ago when, as you said, they started to educate you about the needs of the city. What was the most surprising thing that they brought to your attention vis-a-vis rail or anything else about the city that surprised you?
Well, I think that surprised me is that there's so many things that have been neglected by past administrations. The sewers, for example, woefully neglected, and the water main systems need you know, fixing, and these things are going to cost money. $6 billion for the sewers, $6 billion for the water, $1.6 billion for the roads. I was shocked to see those kind of things not being addressed.
And what are your plans if you are victorious tonight? Of course, there's the full funding grant agreement that the city was hoping to sign by the end of the year. If you are victorious tonight, what happens to that full funding grant agreement of $1.55 billion?
Well, I think that's going to be up to the Federal Transit Administration and the Congress. But, you know, they've already said that if I get elected, the chances of getting that money are slimmer because they want a chief executive of this city who supports rail, and I don't. I think it's too expensive.
And, of course, forget about an October surprise. On Thursday, we got a November eye-opener with the lawsuit that you had filed together with a hui of anti-rail folks. I know you said it's unclear what that impact could be on this election, but do you think that's something that could have pushed voters that were on the fence about rail one way or the other?
I don't know. We'll see tonight. I do know this, though. The city tried to make it appear as a sound victory for them. All we really needed was 1 or 2 or 3 counts on our side. This ruling by the court is going to delay the project even more. And, you know, we'll be seeking a permanent injunction. If we get it, this project will be dead.
And is there any doubt in your mind, finally, that this could be a boondoggle for the city if this goes forward, if Caldwell is victorious tonight?
No doubt in my mind. The financial plan for the rail project is like a house of cards. If you don't get one part of it, the whole thing collapses. And that's one reason I came out, because they don't seem to understand that. I'm talking about Carlisle and Caldwell. You know, they have no compunctions about putting another layer of cost on the costs that also already make this city one of the most unaffordable cities in the nation.
Thank you so much, Governor, for joining us. We look forward to talking to you again after that first printout.
Okay, thank you.
So that's been Cayetano and his thoughts before the first printout. We'll send it back to you guys at the desk.